I've been a big fan of everything that Alvarez is putting out recently. We've talked a lot about the Yairi collection here on this channel, but today I'm getting into something different. This is the first guitar from the Laureate series that we've gotten from Alvarez, so I'm going to give you my honest thoughts, tell you why it's very cool. Stick around. How's it going, y'all? This is Cooper Greenberg at Alamo Music in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We like it when you do that. We like it when you like the videos and you comment. And it doesn't always have to be nice things, but, you know, we prefer it to be nice things. That's really nice of you. So this is the Laureate series from Alvarez. This is the LD70E Daybreak. So I saw this guitar at NAMM. At the last NAMM that we were at in January, I started my love affair with the Yairi guitars. So all the Honduran stuff that we've been showing you that I've been geeking out over, I really fell in love with those guitars. And these were there, the Laureate guitars were there, but I really set my attention on those Masterworks guitars with the Honduran and the Redwood and the Addy and all that stuff. I love those guitars. I don't think anybody's doing stuff to that caliber right now, especially, you know, Japanese-made stuff. I love it. I think they're incredible. But that's not what this video is about. These guitars came out as a new offering in Alvarez's line that kind of take more traditional elements and try to create a really premium acoustic guitar in a price range and kind of area that I think is pretty competitive right now. It's pretty crowded. This guitar is like many guitars from brands that we review here all the time. This is designed in the USA, made overseas. Not in Japan, this guitar is made in China. And it's important to know that because when you put a list together of all the manufacturers that are making high quality solid wood guitars in a Chinese factory and doing things to try to beat each other, you start to get into kind of the details of what makes the difference and in the price range, what makes something worth it. So the Laureate series, as you can see, it's a pretty traditional spec guitar. I like the clean lines of Alvarez. I'm a fan of that. I think like even down to something like the Rosette, it's really simple. One line of wood, one line of abalone. I like the 12th fret. You know, I like it toned down a little bit. That's my vibe. But then you start to look at, you know, you got the spruce top, rosewood back and sides, Ivoroid binding. This is just a classic spruce rosewood dreadnought. And the Daybreak in the name comes from this sort of edge burst finish. So there's a natural top version. I like the Daybreak. I think it's a nice vintage touch, kind of this antique blonde kind of look. Other Alvarez guitars that we've shown you have that, you know, either the direct coupled bridge of the Yairis or something that looks kind of similar to it. The Laureate bridge is a little bit more of a traditional design. But really what sets this guitar apart, and you can go on their website, you can watch the videos that like Chris does over there. This guitar and this series, they got the Dreadnought, they got the OM and Parlor style. I think they're growing the collection. It's a lot of attention to the quality of the materials that are being used. So they pick all the fingerboards and bridges, all the ebony is picked by hand out of stacks to find the best pieces for this series. Same with the tops. This is what they are referring to as quadruple A grade. Every guitar manufacturer grades the wood that comes in. And so you got stuff like PRS, where you've heard of 10 tops, top 10%, you know, of the shipments of that maple that comes in. And then with Taylor, you look at rosewood, you know, the best rosewood's going to the 900 series and the second best 800 series all the way down. They're not using bad wood in any of these series, but they are grading them and using more premium wood for higher priced series and more appointed series. That's what they're doing here. So the rosewood that they're using on these, this is hand selected, book matched, uniform color. A lot of times you see more and more things that aren't matched very well. They're going through and meticulously choosing down to the braces and the kerfing and all that stuff. They're picking the best that they can use for these guitars to kind of create a really premium instrument. I'm said premium many times. I'm going to keep saying premium because it's a premium guitar. They're using high quality stuff to make a high quality instrument. And I like that they're not dolling it up with a bunch of extra flash and, super modern armrests, inlays, all this different stuff. That's great in a certain vein, but I think for somebody that's an Alvarez fan or just an acoustic guitar fan, you got a straight up spruce rosewood dreadnought made with the best stuff that they can get for this series, and I think it shows in the sound. So a couple other things. This does come with a pickup in it. I believe there are non-electronic versions, but as you can hear in the title, the model number LD70E, it's a LR Baggs Hi-Fi in here, which is a great pickup. It's also an expensive-ish pickup, and to get one installed, so you got to kind of consider, like we always talk about, buying a guitar without a pickup, putting one in. I think a Hi-Fi right now is about $200. Depends on what your luthier is going to charge you to put it in, but it's kind of a, I'd say it's probably at least $300 all in to get a pickup. Nice to have one installed already in something low profile. That's what I like. I don't love them up here. I like it in the sound hole. And it does come with a very sturdy, nice padded gig bag that's kind of, a little more upgraded. So open geared tuners on this, which kind of completes the look. And yeah, it's classic. It's got this nice kind of, really smooth sort of C crowd pleaser neck feel. I think this is going after people that want a classic, but aren't going to be spending the $3,000 and $4,000 that a lot of spruce rosewood dreadnoughts have become these days, and still provide the best quality wood that they can get and a really nice kind of fit and finish that's just a classic look. So I dig it. I'm into dreadnoughts right now, so perfect timing for me. I'll let you hear it. Take a listen. So there you have it. I don't think that Alvarez is trying to reinvent the wheel here. I think that they're trying to do the best to provide a really nice guitar in a certain price range that I said, yes, is very competitive right now, especially coming from a region that every guitar manufacturer you can think of is doing stuff in China, trying to put out something that's better than the competitors. Alvarez kind of does it every time now that I've paid more and more attention to them. Everything that they're putting out, I think, has value, it has merit, and I think it's worth your eyes and ears. One other thing, when I was kind of researching these guitars, that I think is cool, because a lot of times when we're doing custom guitars with other manufacturers, we get asked, and if you've been one to ask me about this, yes, I'm talking about you. Some people are asking, hey, can I get that new thin top? Can I get a thinner top on my, classic American-made Dreadnought? And that's an option, and I think the whole philosophy is how little can you have holding this thing together before it just implodes, because that's how it's going to be more and more resonant. They are doing thinner tops on these, so the quality of the spruce that they're using, they're getting as thin as possible, so it does add to the resonance. I think dynamically, this guitar, like I did a little picking, obviously, but then some finger picking, you can ride that wave of dynamics, which you really should be able to with a Dread. With this wood pairing, you should be able to get really quiet and still have body to it, and then really get out as much as you can put in on the strumming side. So it hits all the marks for me. I will tell you, it's not like the one thing that I noticed. It's not the lightest guitar in the world. It's also not heavy, but that's kind of the first thing that I picked up on is it's got a little heft to it, but it's a Dreadnought, and you're gonna wanna dig in. And yeah, I think it's good. I'd be very eager to play the other Laureate guitars because right now, nothing really tops the Yairi Masterworks, but this is also less than half the price, I believe. I think this is somewhere, I believe these guitars, but you can check the website, I think they're in between the $1,000 and $1,500 mark. The Yairi Masterworks stuff coming from Japan that's bench made, those are starting around $3,000 right now. So definitely at a more affordable price point. I wouldn't say it's a cheap guitar, but I do think that you're getting what you pay for. And if you're looking at guitars that are coming over from China, start to kind of dig in. I think we try to do this, but at least show you, here's what you're paying for. Not all guitars made in China are made equal. There's a lot of range of the quality of the materials and the consistency of the manufacturing. I think this is a shining light from over there, but I'm eager to hear what you think. This has been a guitar that a lot of people have asked us to review on the channel. I read the comments. So yeah, a lot of people since now have said, try out the Laureates, because we've been going crazy over the Honduran stuff. So we got it. Thank you to Alvarez for putting it in our hands. I like it. I'd like to play more, and I think we can just start diving into more of the line and seeing what has the most value, because everything I've played from them I really like. So tell me what you think. Look for this one on the website, but also go on their website, read some of the stuff that they have about how they design these guitars, and watch their videos because they're really, really good. And yeah, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.